your channel. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. I'm live. And what am I going to go over? Oh, I got to turn the sound down. There we go. Hit the thumbs up. I know there's going to be people joining. Let's go to our market scanner. Let's do brokerage holdings. Nothing. Let's do not owned. I don't like that one. Tractor Supply, it keeps coming up. Ooh, Home Depot. Has it been beaten down enough? I don't know. Thermo Fisher. TMO is a great stock. I'll be right back. I just need to make sure the dogs are okay. Are you okay? Are you playing? Okay. You've both been outside and pooped, so I have no problem with you two playing. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, let me type in. Good morning. Because for some reason, if I don't type in a chat, I don't get to see the chats up here. TMO. TMI, TMO. Oh, I say. TMO. It's expensive, but $6.75. Owners may consider drastic measures. Okay. Crisp. Revlon sector. Oh, I gotta set up those sector ETFs. I can't. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Scans. Article on FinViz. Okay, I did own that one for a while. Not owned. We are going to now go to all the ARCs to see what crossed up. CoinDesk. EVK. That's down 11% pre-market. And it crossed up. Coinbase. We'll do coin. Oh, I hate doing coin, but oh well. Let's look at the Dow. Weather futures, the Dow 30. Verizon and Home Depot. I'm going to put both of those in. Okay, let's look at the NASDAQ 100. Why doesn't it just freaking go down? NASDAQ 100 and then the S&P. Verisk. I don't like it. Keurig Dr. Pepper. That's probably on the Coke news. Monster Beverage. That's got some gaps up there. Kraft Heinz. This is just right before earnings. That could be a trap. Copart. Let's go to the S&P and then energy. Oh, you know what? I don't want S&P 500. I want S&P 100. There we go. I don't like the 500. TMO, Verizon, Home Depot, we got those. Okay, now let's go to energy. Bum, 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 bum. SM Energy, don't like that one. AMR, don't like that one. ARCO, don't like that one. CTRA, NB, WTI, I don't like that one. PDCE, that's Travel Centers of America. Okay. Let's look at. Okay, we're going to go to Strategy Tester. And we're going to go to UPro. Here, I want to do this. I got tons to talk about, but I want to go over these charts because UPro is good. Bum, 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 bum. I'm on early today. SPXU. This is the short one. Oh, I need to look at Boyle. I guess I don't have Boyle. Okay, let's look at Boyle. SPXU, the short one? It doesn't look good. You want SPXL, because look at the SPXL. Have you had a cross up at 56.60? Fuck, you got your 10% here. Boom, 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 boom. With the cross up. Had a gap down that has been partially filled, not completely filled. Okay, let's go to Boyle. Did we have a Boyle cross up yet? We have not. We're about to at 35. Cross up soon. Heading into winter. UCO. I think we had a cross up on UCO if I remember correctly. Oil's down. Natural gas up. UCO got you out. Okay. I got trash trucks coming in and out. Bum 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 bum. Trash is here. I have to. Let's look at Boyle and pre-market. Boy, it's all over the place. But it's up 36.60. Okay. I am going to delete that podcast. And we're going to go to this one. Bum 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 bum. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum-bum. I haven't listened to see how this sounds lately on the podcast. I probably should. Bum 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 bum. Okay, you know what I want to do? Let's see. We're going to photos. And then okay, we're going to put this to AirDrop. We're going to do it to Gary's iMac. And we're going to put this open in Finder. Oh, come on. this into, we got it received, and I know there's a folder on my desktop. I'm going to close out my messages, OBS files. We're going to say podcast cover. And we're going to put this in here. We're going to close that down. I'm going to open up my notes again, and I've got everything. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to, let's put this, I'll put it down there. Add, image, pod cover. And okay, browse. Bum 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 bum. Oh, why is this not going up now? Morning, Zephin. I'm trying to upload the pod cover art that you saw. I think it's better than the current one. Let's see. OBS file, podcast cover, open. We're going to put this. Millionaire Secrets. I want to put this, and I want to make it small. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, it looks better. Let's see, does that look good? I'm trying to put this so it's tiny and it's out of the way. Yeah, that looks good down there. I'll make a better cover art, but let me see, does it go on Active Trader? I don't want it on Active Trader Pro. I'll just put it down here on that version. Okay. I look good there. Maybe I'll make myself bigger. Nah. Yeah, I'm still semi playing with it. I have a hashtag. What was the hashtag I put on there? Down in the bottom left. Let me see. Trust Gary. Or I should say, maybe I should say trust in Gary. I think you said that one time to me on a chat. But yeah, there's a couple of photos that I uploaded. I like the, I think that was done on Profile Pic. Let me see. It was done on, I used a couple of different websites on that one. But it's, let me see. Edit. And then newprofilepic.com is what I used. Newprofilepic.com. I like it. I like the picture. My problem is the background. I have several that are, I wish I could share my iPhone on the screen, but I have several. I should just do this. Hold on. I'm just going to do this. Let's see. I'm going to send this to AirDrop. Gary's iMac. Let's see what happens. It's a website. I found this website. Basically, this Twitter feed that said how to be more productive on. There we go. And I gotta upload the photo. Okay, let me do this. Photos, and then I'm going to AirDrop. Gary's iMac. I found this Twitter feed that said, "Hey, this is how to use AI to be more productive." And I sat down, and I got to tell you, I was mesmerized with the tools, the AI tools, and I really, really just wanted to. Let's see, downloads. There we go. There it is. Boom. And I really wanted to use them to try and get better. Trust in Gary, last famous words. Yeah. Trust me, man. You know what my strategy is? Buy and hold. Buy and hold. I was watching Kramer this morning. And look at this website. This is so cool. Look at the backgrounds that it does for you. It just blends them in. And so I was thinking of using one of these instead of the one with the white background like you see down in the corner. But I'm not sure that it's just sometimes too busy. This one was one that I was thinking because I kind of used a black/gray, but I wanted to pop in color. So I was thinking that this one might be good. Or even like in an office like this one, if I wanted just a plain kind of me popping out of the purple, I like that one. But any of these I think would be actually pretty good. And I like the website. It's called pfpmaker.com. I like it. It's got a bunch of tools. You can make emojis. You can remove the background. New. Creative. Oh, see. Look at how much better that is. Creative. Look at that. Professional. I could use that as my, I think I updated my, my LinkedIn profile. But I love this. I'm simply amazed by it. I love it. Baba. I'll tell you, man. Okay, so here I'm gonna start the podcast because Baba's in my list today. Baba, Pinduoduo, and which other one? Baba, Pinduoduo. I think Baba specifically. But PBTD, I think, and D-Man wants me to go over Neo, so I'm going to go over Neo. But here, so Baba is not a buy right now. It doesn't have the MACD, and honestly, it's just so far down. But here's the thing, and this is what's crazy, is you've got this gap that was created yesterday up here. Now, if you go back to July, it was right about here. This was where this was where the kind of the initial gap from, hey, June, Japan or China's going to reopen, boom, boom, boom. When you got to here, it dropped down, and you see that drop down. It ran 20%. You got 15%. You got out with 15% there, but it ran. You can see clearly. This one came down, crashed, and then it ran 20%. So what makes me think that this isn't going to pop back up? Their earnings are coming back. It might be worth a shot. I don't know, but, I got 20 grand in this one. Maybe if I take 5 more grand and I hit, 20, 30%, I can make the 10 grand up that I've kind of lost. It's not the best, but you go into FinViz and you look at Baba, they're making money. July they upgraded them to from 115 to 130. Bernstein upgraded them. Yeah. I'll have to read these articles. One of the things that I need to go over is reading the articles on here. Cleveland Cliffs sank. Okay. We're going to kind of go over, and I need to set up my Active Trader Pro to a 2-day. And I want a 5-minute chart. Boyle's going for a run, by the way. Stefan, you heard it here first. Here. Take a look at this. We're going to go today. 1 minute. Boom. I just literally, when I started this thing, at about, quarter after, I think I started, I looked and I said, those Bollinger Bands look tight. Tighter than they have been. Kind of like it. That was about 36, now at 37. But, yeah. Chinese government sucks. Chinese government, I think I posted on Twitter a story. The 5 men who will bring back China from the brink. And it's 5. Let me see. I want to see this. Yeah. Z and these 6 men will reshape the future of China. And it's all a picture of him. So, it's funny. Oh, great. And now I played Europe the Final Countdown, so I'm going to get a copyright infringement notification. Okay, let's start this puppy. Let me make sure. I'm going to start on Safari View. And where are my notes? There are my notes. We're going to go up to the top. I'm just going to go down my freaking notes because I got so many freaking notes today. And I'm chatty. Okay, where's my, let me see. Let's look at Boyle before I start this. There's no cross up. That's the problem that I have with Boyle right now. And I have to wait because I don't look at after hours in the algorithm. I have to wait for it to kind of cross up. But you do have this gap here at 46 that probably will get covered on this run. Again, if you're buying at 30, 37, would have been better to buy at 31 where it was down here, just a couple days ago. But you can't time this. And while I say that natural gas, we're in the wintertime, natural gas has to come back, and it just has to because we're heading into winter and it just automatically rises in the winter. I don't know the markets that well. So, you're going to have to kind of bear and, grin and bear it. If you're in this, I'm not in it right now. I've been waiting for that MACD cross up, but I very well might put 10 grand on this and let it ride because here's the thing. The average win is 42%. You win 35% of the time. The problem is, look at this. This is what scares the crap out of me. Is you just have no upward. You don't know if this is an upward trajectory. I mean, the volume started in 2020 when people started day trading this shit. So, okay, I got to start the GarageBand thing. We're starting, okay. Good morning. It is October 25th. I am on YouTube Live. And if you are listening in YouTube Live, look in the lower left-hand corner. I have a graphic. I posted it on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Twitter. It is a new graphic for a cover art for the podcast. I've been working on that cover art for a little while, and I wanted to just see what people thought, but I think the feedback has been it's way better than what I currently have. and I started this podcast in 2020. I've been trading since 1985, but I have, not necessarily done the podcast every day since 2020, but I kind of just created something quickly, threw it up there. The podcast took off. I started doing the podcast daily and just haven't kept up with the graphics package. But this one looks pretty good. And since you guys, I was thinking about the hashtag Trust in Gary, since you guys seem to trust me. But I'm just going to go down my notes. There's too much. We're in the middle of earnings seasons. There's a ton of earnings. Today, by the way, it's Google, Microsoft, and Visa after hours. So if you wanted to play Google, we can look at Google real quick. I'll look at that. If you don't want to listen to the rest of the podcast, GOOG is what we trade because GOOG is what they buy back. You had a cross up here at 101. I say buy this anything under 100. I think that's still a good guidance. Heading into earnings this afternoon, you never know. Snap crashed on earnings because their advertising dollars were down. Is Google similar? God, I hate to say yes because Google is just kind of its own beast. How many of you use Gmail? How many of you search on Google? How many of you use an Android phone? The PE is 19. This is just a behemoth of a company. It's down 28% year to date. It's 32% below its 52-week high of 152. It's only 8% above its 52-week low of 95. So when I say buy under 100, you had your chance to buy under 100. You very well may have your chance after earnings. The question is, how much do you want to put into this? Because in my mind, this is not a trading stock. Your average win on this is 6.51%. You only win 33% of the time, 30 positions over 500 candles. Now, the algorithm over those 30 positions only makes you 1%, only makes you 1% gain. If you bought and held over 500 candles, which is about 2 years, you'd make 27%, 27.95. So I don't consider this one a trade. I consider this you trying to find entry points. And when I say buy under 100, 2 years from now, which is about 1,000 candles, and you're up 30%, do you care that you may have had a chance to buy it 2% lower? Probably not. You're not even going to remember that. So that's why I say GOOG. I think you can just buy it. I would probably place an order for about 100 because I think today we're going to see similar to what we saw yesterday, which is up and down. But that's one. Microsoft, probably I think my second or third largest holding. Again, I don't consider this one a trade stock. If you trade through the algorithm, you lose 1%. If you just buy and held, you make 15%. Your average win is 6.3%. Your positions are 29. You win 31% of the time. The algorithm has you in at 236. I think that's a fairly good entry point. I think my pivot level was about 240. Now the question is, are they going to get killed by their the currency issue? Their PE is 25. The street wants this at 17. There were a couple of things that kind of indicate to me that this earnings may be one where you kind of want to sit out. The first one is that Amazon announced last night that they're freezing hiring in their web services group. The web services group is the group. Amazon Web Services is what runs that company. The large majority of Microsoft's run up to 349, which was their 52-week high, is the cloud. It's their cloud services. So if Amazon is halting hiring in the cloud services, Microsoft has said, hey, cloud services, yeah, we're going to halt hiring as well. Is this the quarter where it just kind of, they give a little bit of a warning that inflation is out there, companies are spending less, blah, blah, blah? You just don't know. But I would say anything around 240 would be an entry point on this one. If you do have long-term in mind, the difference between 240 and 247 is not that big. What are you buying, 10 shares? If you're buying 10 shares, $70. I mean, it's a good night at the movies for a family. So Those are two that I really like. Visa is one that I have traded in the past around a $200 price point. And you had a cross up here on October 13th at 183. You had a cross up before that at 180. 190 if you get it at 190, which is today. I think if they have a stellar quarter, I think you see this gap up here at 203. That's only a 5% move. This one is not one that I necessarily love. The performance on this one, the algorithm makes you 3%. You win 43% of the time, but your average win is only 3%. If you're into the payment fields, I kind of like this one. I gotta hold on. I gotta mute this. I gotta get, I gotta blow my nose. I had some oatmeal before this. I'll be right back. I think it was Jesse and the other degenerates on here who were yelling that I was making funny noises out of my mouth the other time. So, okay. So, Visa. Sorry, I had to blow my nose, but Visa is one that I don't know that I'd initially trade this one into earnings. I think there's better opportunities out there. I think Google, I think Microsoft are better entries into that one. So one that I got from a listener, I think it was Joe, on Twitter last night, was MedP. And this is MedSpace. This is a REIT for medical, I think. Let me just make sure I'm reading this one right. He said, hey, can you look at this one? It was into earnings because they announced last night. They beat, and they're up big, I believe. Provides clinical research-based drug and medical device development services in North America. Let's switch over to Active Trader Pro, and we will see. Hopefully, Joe put some money into this one because I do think that from 158 to close to 211. Joe, you are a legend, an absolute freaking legend, and this is what's crazy. Is we had a cross up yesterday at 158 in the afternoon. A cross up. They killed it. $2.05. Joe, you're a legend. An absolute freaking legend, Joe. Here, I'll go back to the Safari view. Absolute legend. Missed it. Hopefully you got in there. One that we probably I kind of missed just because I think it's more hype than anything. And I posted this yesterday, Mullen. Mullen announced that they got some buys of their design in, and by the way, it's self-announced. So this is all hype play. Remember, this is a company that is 100% bankrupt, has no money. ZipTrader Charlie went over it. You can just, Google ZipTrader and Mullen, and you can see his analysis of this one. It's crazy. It had a 24-cent buy-in on October 14th, which I never would have alerted you about. Their earnings are coming up November 8th, but they are skyrocketing up to even today. I think they closed at 49. Let's go to Active Trader Pro. We'll look up Mullen here because I think there's, 62 cents. So at 24 cents, if we had listened to the algorithm, we would have tripled our money at this point. Even yesterday, it closed at 50 cents. And you're at 62, which is what, 20% overnight. I would not put money into this one. If you want to trade it, make sure you are comfortable doing day trading on penny stocks. It will move significantly fast. Look, this is at 7 a.m. when retail really kind of opens up. you saw it move from 50 all the way up to 65 cents. That's a 1 minute candle, each candle. You saw it trade above the Bollinger Bands. It's syncing up right now. Those Bollinger Bands are really, really tight. You can see right there. God, it's probably going for a run. But I'm not going to trade it because I'm not a degenerate like that one. But Mullen is one. Did you guys buy TQQQ under 20? Like I said yesterday, I posted this on Twitter too. You would have had a nice 10% move during the middle of the day. 1932 is the buy-in on TQQQ. I think it's trading at 21, although I think the futures came down. Let's look at TQQQ, and we'll look at a 2-day. Because I do want to show you that this was TQQQ. So essentially when it dipped down here, you can see it kind of trades outside these Bollinger Bands. And that was where I'd said, hey, under 20, you should buy it. And this was while I was doing the podcast. I think it was at about 10 o'clock, or I was on YouTube Live, I think. But I said, hey, it's got to go. Well, if you bought it 19.20, you rode it all the way up to 22 yesterday, which is about a $2 gain, which is about 10%. So, you could have gotten your 10%. Now, today, you can see it's kind of flat. I'd probably wait for it under 20 again and then buy it and then get your 10% out, in and out. I think that's a good one. We talked a little bit about Amazon. Or I'm sorry, I wasn't even on TQQ Active Trader Pro when I was showing that. Look at that chart. That's the chart I wanted to show you. That dip right there is where we were on YouTube Live, and I said, yeah, SQQ is your play, but to play the rebound, you want to play TQQ. Boom, boom. And I probably would have sold out here, to be honest with you, at 21. I don't know that I would have gotten back in because it wasn't under 20, but it went all the way up to yesterday's range, went to 21.47. So we're trading at 21.18 this morning, slightly down a little bit. We'll go back to Safari View and Tesla. Well, let's go over BOIL. BOIL, I was just on YouTube Live going over BOIL with Zephan. You don't have a cross up on BOIL, and I want to show you this 4-hour chart. It is probably crossing up today. I think Tom mentioned yesterday that he's in BOIL at a significantly higher price and just kind of held on because he believes too, like I do, that this gap up here at 90 is going to get filled at some point. I'm just not sure which. And the danger part of why I'm not throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars into BOIL thinking that it's going to go up is because you want to trade the trend. And when you look at a weekly chart of BOIL, it just, the trend again is not your friend. It's a downward trending stock on the 200-day. The good news is that 50-day, which is that blue line that's in the middle of these Bollinger Bands right there, that's the 50-day. When the 50-day crosses, like it does, it's going to probably in the next month or so, you're going to see that one cross up on the 200. It might use the 200 as resistance, don't know. But this is what that 200 days what scares me long term. Now, as you shrink it up into a daily, you do have a positive trend on here. And you can see the daily, you're kind of making that turn, that button hook that I always talk about. Then when you run the algorithm, you don't have a buy-in right now, but you probably will today. And we'll go over to Active Trader Pro because if I show you BOIL here, we're going to go down to BOIL. And you'll see it's on a little bit of a run right now. It's up at 38. And just the last minute when I was talking to Zephan on YouTube Live, it was at 37. So you're outside the Bollinger Bands. It's just got a crazy run on it right now. So I don't know that I necessarily would get in right now. Wait for the market to open. I think between 9 and 2:30, this one trades crazily. The afternoon, it doesn't trade that crazy. But I like BOIL. BOIL's doing well. Tesla. This one is one that's wrapped up with Elon Musk. Tesla you'd be out of it. I don't think that let me see. Well, you'd still be in at that 219 price point. You're at 211. It hasn't really button hooked. That RSI is at 39. The MACD hasn't crossed down yet, so it hasn't gotten you out. You've got this gap up here around 250, which I always talked about. I think it's going to get back there at some point in time. It's even got this gap here. If we go back, it's got that gap around 138, 140, somewhere around there. The question is whether Elon is selling his stock in order to fund the Twitter purchase. The rumor is, and we'll know when he actually releases it, is that he sold about 4 to 5 million shares. And the last insider sale that we see is Kirkhan Zachary, chief financial officer, sold 4,000 shares at about $1 million. So the last time that Elon sold was October 9th. He sold $17.3 million. That's kind of the assumption that, hey, Elon might be selling some shares. So I would consider this one to still have some downward pressure. I'm going to get rid of my insiders there because right now I want to look at LNG. I have LNG up because we talked about if you didn't want to invest in oil, I think LNG is your best product one to invest in. It's getting a little bit of a button hook right now on the algorithm. And the buy-in at 164, you're only at 168. Their earnings are coming up November 2nd. The only issue that I have with this is that it's been on such a legendary run. LNG or Cheniere Energy, they have a Louisiana port where they take liquid natural gas and they put it into ships and they can ship it around the world. And the Dutch have a receiving dock where essentially LNG, Cheniere, can load up the docks in Louisiana with cheap American liquid natural gas and export it to Europe that is paying significantly higher prices for natural gas. And Cheniere collects the gain. They're one of the few companies that can do it. I think 150 is your pivot point on this one. And I say that knowing you're well above 150 and you haven't been in the 150 since about August. But when we played this one before, you got out with a 27% gain. I just don't know that it's in the cards right now for this one to continue running. It's got a 0.94% dividend, but I think they declared a special like 10% dividend last time. And you know, again, October 25th, 3 top energy stocks to play the LNG boom. October 19th, Jefferies initiated with a $210 price target. That's significantly higher than the 168 that you're trading at now. Your 52-week range, you're 72% above your 52-week high. You're only 5% below your 52-week low of 178. So earnings may push this one up to new 52-week highs. That's essentially what I think. I do not hold the position in this one. I'd probably rather trade Boyle. And the only reason I don't hold this one is because I have so much money in oil. I have 6 figures in oil. And I'm not an oil fan, but I've got Exxon, I've got MPLX, I've got Devon, I've got Oxy. Those are my energy stocks. Those are the ones that I've picked to play. Between dividends and capital gains, I think I'd do well in those, and that's why I chose them. So I wanted to bring up LNG because it is a long time one, and go to FinViz, look up LNG, and read that top Motley Fool article with three stocks to buy. Okay, I got to bring up a sore subject: BABA, Chinese stocks. Here's what I was telling the folks on YouTube Live. There is a gap from yesterday in BABA. Your MACD, and I may go against every ounce of refrain in my body and just gamble this one because there is no reason to buy this one right now. That kind of breakdown, I've been fooled before thinking that, hey, this has got to be a good one. It's got to get out here, blah, blah, blah. There's gaps all the way up on this one. They have earnings. BABA comes out November 16th with earnings. I've got, 5-figure loss in this one, high 5-figure loss. When I was actually up about 20% on this one, and I just wrote it down. Undisciplined, and you guys know I give you the advice. I don't always follow it. Psychology plays a big part in training. in trading. My thing is, if you look at the June was the last time that this one kind of broke down. And you can see June 8th, we took that leg down. Well, when you took that leg down, you still had about a 20% move afterwards. If this one is going to get a move back just to the 50-day from 63 to 77 or 78, I think that's not a bad move. Again, earnings are going to be important for this. The problem that you're going to have is that the political pressure. There is an economic war going on behind the scenes between America and China. And sometimes it's not behind the scenes in the fact that the Biden administration has stopped our chips from being exported for a quote-unquote national security issue. Well, expect some retaliation. And there was a podcast, there were a bunch of YouTubes last night talking about the retaliation could come in the form of Apple. What better American brand could be taken down? Who knows? But maybe China says, hey, Apple, you can't sell iPhones in China anymore. Wouldn't be unheard of. Or they might put a import tax on iPhones or iPhone parts and export on iPhone parts. You can't export some iPhones made in China. Who knows? But that ties into BABA. If we get into that type of economic war, BABA, Pinduoduo, all of these will go down. This goes to D-Man, who asked me. He's way down on NIO. This is a Chinese automaker. I'm looking at Pinduoduo right now. You can see the gap in this one. The gaps are huge in Pinduoduo, and this one's actually closer to the 200-day, which is 58. Pinduoduo is trading at 44, and the only reason why I wouldn't do this one, and I probably would do BABA, is because the death cross is about to happen here, where the 50-day crosses under the 200-day. So I think this one's moving more towards the chart of BABA, and I think you could play a rebound on BABA more than you could play a rebound on Pinduoduo, because Pinduoduo has actually been doing not too bad. You just got a 34% gain in Pinduoduo. But to D-Man on NIO, he had two questions. I'll go over them both right now. But NIO, you're out. I hate to say it, but there's no reason to stay in NIO. You've got earnings coming out on November 8th. Tesla announced their earnings. They brought up China. China's still in lockdown. There's no reason to stay in this one. Kind of cut your losses. If you don't have too many. It's at $9.44. Here's the thing that you have to know. They're not making any money. You go over to FinViz. They're down 70% year to date. They're just not making money. The last time they got into a capital crunch like this, the Chinese government bailed them out. So that's probably what's going to happen. But I can't say, hey, just stay in there, because the next time that you see this, they're going to get bailed out. They do have plans. NIO is the first Chinese company that has plans to sell EVs in Europe. So they do have some catalysts, but they lost 20 cents per share last time. What makes me think that they're going to actually make money this time with China on lockdowns? Why would somebody buy a car when you're getting locked down? I just don't know. Coke announced earnings. I think it was a really good earnings because they beat it. We had a cross up here at $55. You're at $57.62. I told you this is not a trading stock. This is a buy and hold stock. I have held this one for a very long time. Over 2 years, it's up 13%. So it's not doing as well as some others like Google and some of the tech flyers. But this is just one that you hold on to. You don't kind of trade this one. You just buy it. They beat earnings. It's flying. Tom wanted me to look into Pepsi along with Coke. Both I currently own. Pepsi has a buy-in at $169. The only fear that I would have is that they do have this gap. They announced earnings. There's no catalyst coming up, but 164 to 166 is where the gap is. You're trading at 177. You clearly have confirmation up here, but it is so overbought at 66. If it were me and I would want it, and I were attracted to Pepsi in particular for a trade, I'd probably buy puts. It's oversold with the RSI at 66 on the algorithm. The MACD is way up here. It just crossed again. It could continue to go, but I think it's near a 52-week high if I'm not mistaken. It's 52-week high is 181. So it's only 1% below its 52-week high. It's 15% below above its 52-week low. It just doesn't. It's not super volatile. It's got a 2.59% dividend. It's a quality stock. I do think you just buy this one and hold it. Okay, Amgen. We're going all over the place over industries. Amgen is one that has a great dividend. They have earnings coming up November 3rd. This is one that has been a high flyer. There are gaps all the way down here. I would have rather seen you buy it at 227 where the algorithm got you in September 23rd, because this has just been gapping up left and right. When we go to Amgen, you can look at some of it's got a 3% dividend, 22 PE. Morgan Stanley just upgraded it with a price target of 279. Read some of these articles. Simply Wall Street says insiders at Amgen sold $4.9 million worth of stock. It needs to be monitored. This is a biopharma company. It's a great company. The problem is it's still reasonable. At 22, it's still reasonable. Year to date, it's up 16%. At forward earnings, 14, it's still reasonable. So I don't want to say that it can't go above its 52-week high, which is 261, which is where it's trading right now. It's still reasonable. This one in Lilly, Eli Lilly, we talked about, I think it got a cross up yesterday, a double cross up. You can see this one, 311 was the buy-in, you're at 350. Their earnings are coming up October 31st. You go to Lilly on FinViz, it's still reasonable. 55, it's a little less reasonable than Amgen, but it's at its 52-week high. UBS has a price target of 363. It's trading at 347, so you have 10% in there. Between that price target, that's the most recent one. May SVB Leerink has a price target of 341. They're going to have to up their price target. But October 24th, there's an Investors Business Daily, stocks to buy and watch, Dow Leader, United Health, top stocks. Healthcare's in. Eli Lilly's a good one. Schlumberger. I don't know if I say that correctly. I probably don't. But this has been a killer. The algorithm said buy on September 30th at 36.24. It was just so beaten down. I couldn't believe it. It had gaps all over the place. You're at 52 right now. That's what, 2 weeks? Less than a month? You do have a gap here between 45 and 46, which it gapped up on earnings day because it had a crazy, crazy good earnings. This is one that they're in the energy space. They provide software to the energy sector. Their PE is 28. They have a 1.3% dividend. They are up 74% year to date. Great articles on this one. I can't recommend it enough. The problem is the RSI is at 84. I wouldn't buy it here at 52. But keep your eye on it. I think it's very good. Speaking of Pepsi, back to Tom. The CEO said something interesting about inflation. I'm going to read the quote that I wrote down. The environment clearly is still very inflationary with a lot of supply chain challenges across the industry, said PepsiCo CEO Ramon Laguarta. The snack and beverage company beat analyst expectations for both revenue and earnings per share as its price hikes buoyed its bottom line, even as some units saw volume declines. They're basically able to have pricing power, and that's why Pepsi and Coke are good stocks. Nobody's trading down for Pepsi or Coke. Particularly, I am a cola drinker. I prefer Pepsi over Coke, but I'll tell you, if I ever get Domino's or I get pizza, Coke's a better match. So I have either one. I don't care which one. I have both. I have both of them. And I just buy and hold them. I just split it up. CRK Comstock. This is a fertilizer company. You don't have a cross up right now. You are clearly down on this MACD. Their earnings are coming up November 1st. This one trades at 1676. Let me see where the volume indicator is. I want to look at some of the volume shelves of recent. So I pulled this back to the end of August 26th. And you can clearly see that down here, it really doesn't have a lot of support. So the question is really going to be, is this going to move up to this volume shelf up here? It is the outside of the Bollinger Bands on the bottom side right now. It's using that 200-day as support right around 1690. If it has closed there below for the past few days, let's look at CRK. PE is 15. Forward PE is only 3. It's trading cheap. It's up 107% this year. It's 143% above its 52-week low. The 52-week low was $6.88. If we look at a competitor, which is Mosaic, is Comstock? Hold on. Comstock, I think Mosaic's an independent energy company engages in acquisition and exploration. This is oil and natural gas. The reason I was thinking it was fertilizer is because it takes natural gas to make fertilizer. So October 25th, Insider Monkey, 10 energy stocks to buy on the OPEC production cuts. September, initiated KeyBank Capital Markets, $26 price target. You're trading at 16. I mean, again, it seems expensive because it's up 143% above its 52-week low. But the reality is a 15 on a PE on a energy stock doesn't have a dividend, so you're counting on this one. It's pretty volatile. You can clearly see that there's a channel forming here on FinViz, and it's moving probably using that bottom trend line as more support. It hasn't broken it. But it's going to use that top line of $21 as its resistance. So I think you could run it here from 16 to 21. Again, energy is kind of take your pick what you want. We talked about the oil services, OIH, which is the VanEck Oil Services ETF. This one, I talked a few days ago. You had this MACD on September 30th. It covered this gap on the way up. Hasn't really covered the gap because you still have this gap here, about 216. It's trading at 281. So you've got this one. Halliburton is one that was brought up to me, HAL. One of the reasons I don't like this company is just because Dick Cheney used to run it. And if you know anything about the history of Halliburton, they were sent into Iraq and to clean up and they made millions and millions of dollars. And Dick Cheney was on the board of directors of the company and found to hold a significant amount of stock and blah, blah, blah. The rich get richer. You had a MACD cross up here at 24.79. You do have this gap that hasn't been covered between 25 but it's at $35 right now. The RSI is just way too high. I wouldn't get into this one. It's not great. Not great. I posted an article yesterday with two, and this was where I thought that Joe's suggestion was. But MPW, this is an interesting one because they are a medical REIT, and so they own offices for medical. And you can clearly see this one is just in a downward spiral. They have a huge dividend payment. I think it's like 11% or something. Let's say MPW. And it's clear that is taking money out of the stock. You're only 4% above your 52-week low of $9. It's an 11% dividend. 56% down year to date. You started the year at about 24. You're at $10 right now. All of these have downgrades. Now, anybody can write an article and say, hey, these are 2 ones to get into. AGNC was the next one. And half these people write these articles just because of the huge dividend. 18.9% dividend. You're only 3% above your 52-week low. Let's go and see AGNC on the algorithm. I posted this and I wanted to follow up because I am drawn in by dividends, but you can clearly see it just doesn't make sense to invest in these companies. Your dividend X date on AGNC is coming up on October 28th. They just announced earnings. It's not moving that much. Let's see. Let's go into Active Trader Pro and look at it. I'll show you. Yeah, it's down. Closed at 762. 753 is where it's trading. So I wanted to go over that because I did post that on Twitter. We had some earnings from UPS. I think they beat. Pretty sure they beat. The CEO's coming up. It's up about 3% in the pre-market. This one had a cross up at 166. You're only trading at about 167. It's 171 in the pre-market. So this one is super boring. 5% average win. Now the algorithm makes you 20% on this. Buying and holding loses you 2%. But it's not super sexy. Not super happy. Another one that reported and beat was GM. Let me see. General Motors beat earnings per share but missed revenues and popped on earnings. It came back down. They basically reaffirmed guidance. Let me see where they're at in pre-market. They closed at 35.72. They're at 36.90. That's up a little bit. The actual Bollinger Bands are actually widening up right now. It's coming down. So I don't know what to expect of the market. Coca-Cola, we talked about that one. Cleveland Cliffs, CLF, they are down in pre-market. I didn't look at their earnings specifically, but this one was kind of hovering around 15.55 right before earnings. I think it's down at 14.20. Let me look at it real quick in Active Trader Pro. 13.90. So it is down significantly. I said, yesterday I said, hey, that 13.74, it doesn't look like it's got anything to go. It's going to use that 200-day as resistance. You could buy it here at 15, but I didn't think it had any more than 16 in it. So I said, wait. It's back down at 13. Probably going to go back down to 12. I don't know what their earnings were, but I can't imagine they were good. Halliburton, by the way, I guess they had earnings. Let's see. And I just went over that one. Did they come out good? Because they are an energy company. Closed at 34.58. It's at 34.85. Nothing big. General Electric is one. They announced earnings and immediately fell by 7%. This was strange, and I'll show the Active Trader Pro version. This has a buy up here at 64.99. You're trading around 73 right now. This has been one where the algorithm makes you 11%, buying and holding makes you 27%. Your average win on this is 12.14. This is an enormous stock to be moving like that. We'll go into Active Trader Pro. It closed at 73.36. It's trading at 74.88. I still probably wouldn't get into this one. It's still a broken company, in my opinion. 3M reported, Raytheon reported, blah, blah, blah. WhatsApp was down for overnight. Let's look at Meta. There was an open letter yesterday to Mark Zuckerberg saying, hey, Meta, I'm one of your hedge fund managers. Get it together and get focused. He thinks that they are unfocused. Their earnings are coming up October 26th. I wouldn't expect anything out of this. I still hold this stock at $300. Don't know why. Doesn't pay a dividend. Probably should just cut my losses. Super small position. So I don't know why I hold it. I do hold it. D-Man, you asked me about MMAT, and they had a special dividend. I think this is Meta Materials. This is one of those penny stocks, and I think they probably diluted you by giving you more stock. You didn't know what to do with it. I did have this situation, and I wanted to give you this guidance. Call your broker. It's the best I can do. I remember this happened with a company called GeoTel. And what happened with GeoTel back in the 80s was I had put like $1,000 into it. And it was, this was 1989. I was like 19 years old or something. And GeoTel wound up declaring bankruptcy. And they gave me what were called warrants. And this was at a time where you had to pay $25 per trade. And I couldn't do fractional share trading, but the warrants had fractional shares, blah, blah, blah. Essentially what happened was those warrants were worth something like $3,000 based on the bankruptcy judges awarding them. The problem was I couldn't sell them on a website. I couldn't do anything. I had to walk into my broker's office. I had this happen, and I remember the reason I'm telling you this, I had this happen with another stock, and I don't remember the stock. I think it was around 2008. It may have been a reinsurance company that I invested in. I forget. But I got the warrants. I called up Fidelity, and Fidelity said, yeah, selling warrants, it's just tough. Just let us do it. And so if you have a good broker, just call them. If you don't have a good broker, it's your own fault. Sell them however you can. But my guidance is if you don't have a good broker that you can call and you can get guidance on that, get Fidelity. I continue to be a fan of Fidelity. So let me show you UPRO, which is the Ultra S&P. This is the triple levered. $29.99. We had that kind of cross up here on October 13th. I think you can believe it now. It's at 33. So you've got your 10% out there. SPXU, which is the bear of the S&P. You can clearly see we're in a downward trend there. It's probably going to break through this 200-day right here. I would say that probably 16. When we get to 16 on SPXU, I think that's where you could probably buy it. I don't think these gaps down here at 15, those may come into play if you break this volume. Let me just make sure that volume shelf is correct because I'll drag this back. Yeah, see down here that 15 to 16 level. I think that's where you'll probably see some support on the bottom here. So I think when you get to 16, if you wanted to time it, I think you could time it there. TQQQ, I still say anything under 20, buy it. Let's see where it's at right now. TQQQ is at 2146. So it's slightly up, but TQQQ is one that I would do. Scans. I didn't see anything that I'm over the moon about today. Other than Boyle. Boyle I am over the moon about. I think you could get yourself into Boyle, and I might actually get myself into Boyle. But Thermo Fisher is a company that I've personally traded before, and I held this one, I think, for a year to get long-term capital gains. And it was during the pandemic. Let me kind of scroll back here because I believe I bought Thermo Fisher, and I'm going to go to a daily so that I can pull it back more towards COVID. It was around this time. I think it was July or so. And I held it all the way until I believe it was August. It might have been September, but it might have been August. But I made a good amount of money on it. I want to say I bought it around 400 and sold it at around 560, 600, somewhere in that neighborhood. I didn't quite hold it for a year, but I did hold it for what I considered a decent amount of time. Maybe I held it until August of the next year. I don't know. I held it for a long time. I know I bought it early on in the pandemic because this is a pharma company. And Thermo Fisher was, hey, there was nothing better to invest in other than technology. So they had a cross up. The reason why I bring this up is because I have traded in the past. I'm not a huge fan of it. And the reason I'm not a huge fan of it is read the first article on FinViz. Investing in Thermo Fisher 5 years ago would have delivered you 160. No, that's not it. October 21st. institutional owners may consider drastic measures as Thermo Fisher's recent $9.3 billion drop adds to long-term losses. Read that article. There is the most recent coverage from Credit Suisse is neutral with a $6.75 price target. You're trading at $505. So that's why I bring it up. I like it. Coinbase. I'm not a huge fan of Coinbase, but they did have a cross up at 66. Their earnings are coming up November 3rd. There's going to be all kinds of bad news in this stock. It's just my opinion. I'd rather see you in Mara with this Marathon Digital Holdings, because I think these guys take advantage of the ups and downs of crypto with their mining. And, you had a cross up here at 1137. You're at 1289 right now. That's just, 2 days ago? October 21st. So you have 4 days ago on Friday. 1137. This is one, again, if you had my algorithm in TrendSpider, you could have access to this. Your average win on this one is 109%. It's been crazy. This one's been good. You make 379% in the algorithm with 29 positions. You make 338% by just buying and holding it. So either one you could have done, and you would have probably just made out just as well. The algorithm makes you a little bit more because you do get out of those downturns. And be honest with the algorithm, see, you can see it here. I probably would have gotten out up here. Now, there are many times where I would have gotten out up here, taking the profits, and then it shoots up. But didn't shoot up that time. Kind of kept coming down. So I would rather see you in that one. Verizon, I know I said I liked it because the dividend is 7%. It crossed up here at $35.97. It's just been a dog. They're spending so much money. Your average win is 2%. You buy this for the dividend, and you buy it because it's going to be a $50 stock again. It's essentially why you buy it. Home Depot, you buy this because it'll be a $300 stock again. It's at $283. Your price is $283.39. You just buy it because at some point it's going to be a $300 stock again. That's essentially why you buy this. You look for this entry point. You just buy it. When it hits 300, you sell it. Their earnings are coming up November 14th. They're going to say, hey, we have inflation. Hey, consumer might be pulling back. But the contractors are still booked out, and they're still spending a ton of money with us. That's what they're going to say. If you don't want Home Depot, you can go to Lowe's, LOW. So that's my entire list. LOW, by the way, is about to cross up. It hasn't crossed up, but you're at 187. You buy this one because it's a $200 stock. You're going to be back at 200. You just buy it and you hold it. So, okay, that's the entire podcast for today. Go to my Twitter. I'm going to change the logo. I may mess with it a little bit with some of the wording and stuff, but I'm going to change the logo on the podcast. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys. I did see some additional reviews on Spotify. If you don't know, on Apple Podcasts, you can leave a written review. Oh my God, trying to find where to do that is just a freaking nightmare for a boomer like me. But there is a way to find it. Spotify does not allow you to leave a written review. If you go to the link tree, maybe I'll just put the link in to leave a review on Apple Podcasts. But you can actually go to the bottom, and I've been adding some additional podcasts that I listen to on an app called Good Pods. I don't listen to a podcast on that one, but it's a great way to track. And they give you an alert. It's nice. They give you an alert. I listen to all my podcasts on Spotify, but this is a good way to keep it. And I posted on Twitter. I need to post it on Instagram. But I had a great conversation with a guy who is in charge of the Center for Election Science. And this is their website. I'm showing it on YouTube right now. It is on Election Insider with Richard Barron. And it's only about a half hour. But essentially what this guy does is they're promoting this. And it's in St. Louis. It's in Fargo, North Dakota. and I think it's in Alaska or something. And they do some. You can look at their blog, learn about approval voting, blah blah blah. Essentially, what it is so in an election, and a recent election that I always complain about was the Ross Perot election, where Perot came in, and I liked Perot. He made common sense. There's two-party system in this country. So you either vote for one or the other. If you vote for a third party, your vote is wasted. This approval election kind of says, hey, if you've got 3 candidates and you want to vote for 2 of them, vote for both of them. If you want to vote for all 3, you can vote for all 3. And it's interesting because they have, in the places where they've done this, they actually have average voting of 1.6. And so the person who gets the most votes still wins. It's just the people who are actually running and who have good ideas and may be marginal, because what we've seen in elections recently is the extreme right or the extreme left, and I don't care which side that you're on, but the extreme side wins just because you fire up the base so much and you get that fringe. And then the other side can't win because you don't like the other side, blah, blah, blah. Well, this approval voting is kind of like, okay, the middle has a shot here. And if you Google it, in fact, maybe I'll post the link. 60 Minutes did a great article or a great report. And this was years ago, 10, 15 years ago, about how the great American contributions that have been considered great changes in this country have come about because people crossed party lines and voted. 0% of the people have crossed party lines recently to vote. So just kind of take a look. But take a listen to that podcast. I really liked it. It's only a half hour. But Felix was fantastic yesterday. So, and by the way, if you want to donate to the Center for Election, they are a nonprofit. So, take some of your profits and give it to them. Or you can tip me, either one that you want. But yeah, so podcast ends there. I'm going to stay on YouTube Live. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for everything that you do. And if I can do anything for you, just let me know. See ya. Bye. Share, export song to disk. F you, Jesse. Self-discipline. I kept looking down. I'm like, yeah, self-discipline. I have none. None. Let me see. Amazon offers new customers new way to pay this holiday with Venmo. By the way, my parents are in their 80s, and they said, "What's Venmo?" And so I tried to explain it to them. And my mom's like, "I have enough problems understanding what Apple Pay is." So, because I got from my healthcare company, from my insurance company, I think I got $100 for all the activity that I do because I run so much. So they're like, "Hey, thank you." So I put it's in an Amazon gift card, and my parents and I share a Prime account. And so they buy hundreds of things. I'm a minimalist. I buy dog food once every 2 months. So the gift card basically goes to them. So I'm like, my dad's like, "Hey, I used your gift card." I'm like, "Venmo me the money." He's like, "What's Venmo?" Ugh. So now I have to teach Venmo to the 55 and older crowd. Let's go to Active Trader Pro. Let's see. That's what I was just going to look at. Boyle. 3570. Let's see. So Boyle here. You're trading right at the VWAP, which is unusual, 3688. It's at 3717. The MACD is crossing up. The RSI is at 54. Is this moving? Let me see. Let me go to a 5-minute chart. Oh, see, it does this every time. Hold on. I got to restart this. I have to reinstall. And don't tell me I need a new computer, Zephin. You might get filled. It'll get filled today. Guarantee it'll get filled today. patience is what don't go chasing that. That's what I did with Occidental. I think when I first bought it, I heard Warren Buffett was buying it, and I ran it. And I think I bought it 63 as my one lot. My second lot was at 50. It's under 60. But I chased it. It was at 60. Then it went to 61. I kept upping the bid price. And I chased it to 63. So let me see. Where are we? I got to change the logo on the podcast too. Let's see. We're up today. I'm up, just so you guys know, this is how I track. Remember I told you I track? I'm up 0.47, and the Dow is down. The NASDAQ is up 0.71, so that's beating me, but the S&P is up 0.34, so I'm beating the S&P. Now, I'd like to stay with the NASDAQ, but remember, if you're staying with the NASDAQ, you're actually down about 40% this year too. Let's see. We're going to look at that. Most actives. Boyle. Devon's. Boy, energy's on the way down. The fuck? Boy, look at that. Devon, man. Outside the Bollinger Bands, what was your price? $35.70. You didn't get that one, but it came damn close. $35.76. Keep it at $35.70. I don't know if it's going to get... It's cinching up here. Shit, how much money do I have? I can see how much cash I have. Where should I trade? I think I'm going to trade in... I don't want to gamble my HSA. I'll do individual. What the hell? Let's see. Invest. Trade. Boyle. It's moving. I mean, you can see it on Active Trader Pro on my screen. It's at 36.96. The Bollinger Bands are syncing up. If I were to buy right now, I'd put it in at 36.60. I'm trying to see how much money I have. I've got enough in that one. I'll buy a bunch. Oh, I don't want... Why does it only let me do... I hate when Fidelity ups these damn... specific price. Send me some cash. Yeah. 7, I'm poor, man. Hold on, I'll be right back. got two snoring dogs over there. Okay. It ran. I don't think it even hit my 36. Did I say 3680? Joe, man. MEDP. You're a legend. I just recorded. MEDP. Joe. Here, hold on, Joe. I'm going to show you. What should you do? Look. Joe, there's a gap here. You know what I always say about gaps? They got to get filled. From 160 to 218. Let's look at MedP. Joe, you're a legend, man. If you got into this one, look, it even opened up and it's still rising. It got to 224. Joe, man. I wish I had listened to you yesterday. What was I doing yesterday? Oh, I was recording the Election Insider podcast with Felix, which, by the way, turned out awesome. Let me go and find it. Election Insider with Richard Barron. There we go. That's where I record with him. It's on. This is his Twitter. Let's see. Where did he post? I'm going to post this inside. Richard retweeted mine. This is it. I'm going to post this. Share tweet via... Oh, you know what? How do I share this? Copy link to tweet. And I'm going to put this here. There we go. I really liked with my interview with Felix. And Joe, I blame you, Joe. I blame you because I should have been trading yesterday, whereas I was recording this Election Insider, and you should have gotten me on the phone, and you should have said, dude, you got to go into this MedP. I got some insider information for you. Although I will tell you, so here's a story. I think it was 1980, 89, 90, somewhere around there. I had sold out of my Cisco stock. And I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I had sold out of my Cisco stock. And it was timed perfectly. It was a fairly large amount of money, but in the scheme of Wall Street, it wasn't a large amount of money. I got a visit from, not a visit, it was a letter from the SEC. So Bernie Madoff, and it always bothers me because Bernie Madoff, yeah, again, the powers that be, whatever. But yeah, listen to that podcast. I actually liked it. So here, this is what I wanted to look at. Oh, and Joe, hold on. I'm going to help Joe. Joe, I would probably see, okay, the Bollinger Bands are coming in. It's settling down here about 213. I would tell you take your profits. I would probably put in a sell order. It's creating this up here. Don't be greedy, but I'd probably put in a sell order at 215 or so, between 215 and 220. I don't know that it's going to necessarily get up there. So take your profits, get out while you can, because I do think that we're in a market where that's correct. Where What am I showing now? Okay, I'm not in that. Let me see. I should move over here. Yeah, Joe, man, you don't get 33% in a day and don't at least take half of it off the table. As we've been talking, here's the other problem, Joe. And this is what I'm going to tell you. I don't know how many shares you have, but it's a small cap stock and it's only trading 300-some thousand shares a day. So with the bid and the ask are at like $1.50 difference, that might be tough if you put in a limit order versus but I would not put in a sell order just for market price, because a sell order for market price, you're just going to get taken advantage of. You're going to lose like $2-3 a share. I guarantee you that. It's got no support right now. Zooming in on this. It's got nothing, man. That MACD is kind of crossing down. I wouldn't sell it right now because your RSI is at 46. I would wait until that RSI gets back up to probably about 60, where it creates a shelf. The VWAP right now is at 214. I'd say that's a target, 214. But God, I hate for you to hang on, because just while we've been talking, it's gone from 215 down to 209. You got a lot of people taking profits, man. But again, it's going to get oversold here because, the RSI is down at, see, the RSI is coming back. It's at 44. That MACD is starting to cross up a little bit. And man, I can't take time for you, man. I got to make up my 30% that I lost yesterday. Look at Boyle. Okay, here's the other thing that I'm going to do. This is what I was trying to... which one do I like? See, I think I like that green background for the color of money. I wish I had a money sign behind me. Hold on, I got to pull up the picture of the podcast so I can at least compare a little bit. See, white looks so good, but green. You know what? Here, this is what we're going to do. I don't even know which button does what. Oh, come on. Allow. Let's see. Open in Finder. I think it's going to come here. Oh, my dogs. Ugh, come on. What's it doing? I think I like that green or this green. Let's download this one. Nah, Jesse, I don't want you to work on it. I like the green and white one too, Joe. See, let's go to Canva. You guys are my day ones. I don't even know. How did I log in? I think I continued with Facebook. I think that's the way I did it. Let me see. Projects. I got a bunch. You guys can see. Black Simple. Let's see. Zephin, there's Trust Gary. Should I put Trust in Gary, the hashtag? Yeah, here's the thing though. This is just I'm not that good with graphics, man. I think I like this green. let me make sure. I gotta see. Where's my downloads? Open in Finder. Did it download it to the? There it is. Do we like that? No, I don't like that one. I like this one. Oh, see, and move to trash. We're gonna download this. Okay. There we go. Let's do this. Okay, how do I do this? Elements. Photos. We're gonna upload. How do I upload photos? Let's see. I don't want to copy. Oh, see, I did this all in the app. It was so much easier in the app. Let me see. I want to edit image. No, I don't want to do that. Duplicate, unlock, add page, position. I gotta figure out this. God, in the app. It was so much easier in the app because I just kind of uploaded. Let me see if this works. Ah, there we go. Okay. So we're going to, I can actually put this on top. Does that look better? With a little green in there? Give me your opinion. I like the green. I like it a little better. And I don't want the starbursts coming out of my head. And these just cut my... Actually, I could do the Hulk. The Hulk version. You guys like the Hulk? I like this one, though. See how... Trust in Gary. I put Millionaire Secrets. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but I like it. And look, I've even got a video here, but you can't upload video files. I put in the link tree. I should claim daily stock picks too. You like the green? Oh, I touched? Let me see. Boyle's not going for a run. Boyle's kind of settling in. This is why I hate telling you to sell, Joe. See, it's kind of settling in here at 207. But that RSI, I mean, it's still down there at 43. Now, the MACD's about to cross up. Let's look at a 5-minute to see what the trend in 5-minute is. Oh, man, Active Trader Pro. Every time I switch off of it, it doesn't want to give me. Hold on, I got to restart Active Trader Pro. You don't want to chase it, Zephin. Definitely don't chase it. I'm going to look at it again. Definitely don't chase it, but it's setting up there where it's above the 9 and the 21. And so I typically am not a huge fan of going in like that. Unless it's trading outside the Bollinger Bands and we're sure that it's going to move on up like the Jeffersons. Moving on up. to the east side. GameStop. Jesse, go watch that Netflix documentary. I love the stock. That's so good. I love the stock. I like the stock. Yeah, he said, I like the stock. We're here helping you. Oh, look at Devin. Oil's running, folks. Oil is running. MedP. God, it just takes up so much fucking memory on my computer. I probably shouldn't curse in this thing. MedP. And let's go to a 5-minute chart. Because I think we're going to see kind of the same thing. Oh, mother effer. It's my system. I think because I have this open. You know what? I'm going to download this. You guys like the green? Joe. Joe, you can't listen to my podcast. And by the way, I didn't mean to ignore Brittany or Brandon. Brandon, who signed in as Brittany. I didn't mean to ignore you there. But Joe, you cannot listen to my podcast and buy GameStop. My cousin buys GameStop. She might actually be one of the 10 people that are currently watching. You can't do that. I will not allow you to do that. We're going to download, and I'm not going to do the video PNG. Download. I like the green background better. Oh, you know what I got to do? I got to insert. We're going to do an image. Cover. And here we go. Oh. Add existing. Oh, boy. And we're going to move this. I know I didn't like it down there, but move this down here. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, and we're going to move it. Wah, wah, wah. I'm going to move it there. Wah, wah, wah. There we go. I'm going to call you Brittany now, Brandon, for that comment. I like this green. I'm going to use the green one. Can I put a image in here? I guess I can't. Oh, no, I guess I can't. Is it going to let me? No. Won't let me. I like the green. You guys like the green? Let me move it. I like the green better than the white. See it in the corner there, the white? I like the green. I should start a poll. I don't know how to start a damn poll. That's what she said. Joe, man, I'm invested in this MedP with you because it's moving back up. What do you got to sell it? Let me see. 220, I think you said. And I'd hate for you to get shorted out of those $4. But with the day range being up to 224, I might move that down to 220. Ah, Brandon, if I was better on graphics, I think I might like. See, here's the thing. So let's go to Spotify.com. And we'll look at, I think this is my Spotify. Yeah, you guys can see the crappy music that I listen to. Your library. Oh, here. And where's podcasts? There we go. See, so here's the thing. When you look at the podcasts, look at I did this graphic for Rick. How to Take Over the World, great podcast. Armchair Expert, great podcast. My favorite podcast of all time, probably My First Million. Love those guys. Funny as fuck. The Doggist, great podcast. Smart List, great podcast. I Will Teach You to Be Rich. I've listened to a couple. I like it. Jon Stewart's podcast, love it. Love it. But look at these. These are very simple kind of, hey, it's blended in there. I think this one fits well. That's why I kind of like it. I don't want to go too much. Don't get nervous, man. It's capitulating. It's not moving down. See those Bollinger Bands? Let's see. Where is it? 210. So it's on the bottom side of that 9-day. It just had a little bit of confirmation, but it kind of lost it. My guess is that it won't lose it. It lost it here, but it gained it back. That's typically a good sign. I wish I could go to the 5-minute chart, but I don't think it's going to freaking let me. It's not letting me. Let me see. I think it's because I got the damn graphics thing open. Let me see if I force quit. I've got notes open. I got Safari open. Finder and Active Trader Pro. I don't have that much shit open. Let me see if I can change this to a 5-minute chart. It's not going to let me. Let's go back here. This is what I'm going to do. I'll switch you back to Safari View. MedP, and we're going to go to 5-minute chart. That's why I'm not a big fan of TrendSpider in this. But see, we're trading outside those Bollinger Bands here. And this is just when you get in closer, you can look at a little closer here. I want to make sure you can see it. Yeah. So you're outside those Bollinger Bands here. You had to come back inside. But this is totally flat. MedP is totally flat there. I think Active Trader Pro makes it look a little bit more volatile than it actually is. But that 5-minute chart, you go to a 1-minute chart and see, it's just flat. Your Bollinger Bands are syncing up. Your bottom portion here at 201, you might move down there. By the way, did the market just take a big leg up? It did. Holy fuck. Yeah. See, you got this. I'd keep it at, so here's my advice for you. And it's not great advice, but if it were me, Joe, I am nervous as fuck when I'm doing this trading. And I could hate you. I hate you guys for making me nervous like this because I am nervous. But watching this, I think it'll gain 220 again. I just don't know that it's going to gain that 224 again. That's going to be kind of a shit. That's going to be a hard road to hoe. Wah, wah, wah. You want to know what's got freaking confirmation? The one that I said buy under 20. You're up 4% today. Look at the Bollinger Bands. See them sinking up there? Or I'm not even on Active Trader Pro, am I? No. Yeah, I do 220, Joe. And don't tip me on this one. Do not tip me on this one. This is all you. See, you're already at 216. Wipe out that 220, Joe. We're going for a run. If this 1 minute candle is a red candle and it doesn't break 212, I want to say 212, but if it doesn't break, if this next minute doesn't break the VWAP at 212, I'd say 214. If it doesn't break 214, I think we're good in the next minute because I think you're going to go back up to 220. Because, see, you're trading outside the Bollinger Bands here. It's dragging it back into the Bollinger Bands. The further it'll go outside those Bollinger Bands, the better. Because look at the open here. Hopefully we're on Active Trader Pro, yeah. Joe, man, it's not my money, but I get nervous as fuck when people tell me. Yeah, see, we're on that candle. See, you got a nice red candle outside the Bollinger Bands. You got a green candle. So 3 minutes ago, you had this green candle that just breached the Bollinger Bands. The second green candle. Then you had a red candle that didn't close outside the Bollinger Bands, but it went back in. Now, if this is a green one that trades outside those Bollinger Bands, we're going for a run. Because look, this is what you're kind of seeing similar, except this was a much larger move. You had much bigger volume. I should probably add in volume. Hold on, I'm going to add in volume. Show volume chart. Apply. See, so this candle, that big candle, had a shit ton of volume. This one, the second largest candle, had no volume. It had tons of volume. Didn't move. Didn't move whatsoever. You're starting to see that small cap, 300,000. People got out here. And you're starting to see it just level off here. And the MACD's kind of moving a little bit. I'm going to open this up a little bit so I can see a little bit more. Well, I guess you can't see that part. I want to make sure you see the bottom. Okay, while you guys are looking at that, I am going to upload the podcast. I need to send this to a friend and say, let's see. Okay, we are going to settings. Let's see, update settings. Update cover art. Upload an image. Desktop. Upload. Continue. No. What the hell? I want that. you know what I should do? I should put the Spotify logo on there. I wonder if that makes it look more legit. I'll just update this one. I'll work on it later. We're going to upload that one. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, podcast is updated. Create an episode. We're going to load this one up. Insert ad. I like the transition I use. In fact, I almost made a song yesterday. I was recording a song for Rick's podcast. Election Insider with Richard Barron. MedP 215. We came back inside the Bollinger Bands here. I'm just watching it. I gotta open up my notes again. Oh, let me do another. Anchor. Okay, wherever you listen to the podcast, I need to update my Twitter icon as well. Ooh, that podcast, it looks so much better. Daily stock picks. Episodes. I don't know what I'm going to name this one. It's funny. I guess my link tree is Daily Stock Pick. Okay, let's see. Profile. We're going to edit. Okay. Edit profile. We're going to change this. Desktop, black simple cover. There we go. Apply. Boom. And I'm going to add photo. No. There we go. I think I like that one. I'll do this one. Upload. There we go. Apply. I have to my link tree. Let's do link tree and copy. There we go. Save. Oh, what the hell? Oh, man. Oh, I probably should just leave that. Okay, I like it better. Do 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 do. Okay. Who's Jim Gillies? I'm gonna Google. Motley Fool. So Joe, it's funny. My dad has a subscription to Motley Fool, and I've used them before. My only criticism of Motley Fool is similar to Kathy Woods. Is they tell you that, hey, we have a 5-year time horizon, blah, 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 buy into these. For the last 20 years, great advice. Buy and hold. For the last 7 months, 2 years for Kathy Woods, horrific advice. It's not coming back. So that's where I have a problem with them sometimes. It's not that they give bad advice. I just don't think that they I don't think they do their subscribers a good service by just kind of, hey, this is what you want to buy, and buy it with a 3 to 5 year time horizon. My dad has made a ton of money with Motley Fool. Trust me. They are just like Kathy Woods, publishing their data, telling you to buy, having that list. I think they do a great job in that stuff. I may name in this episode Joe. I'm telling you, Joe, you're a legend, man. Keep it coming. Because honestly, here's the thing. I know I do a lot of research for this stuff, and the whole reason why I started the podcast was because I do this research and I just wanted to keep track of it. And I figured some people would be able to get something out of it. But any tips that anybody gives me, I mean, if it's quality. And Joe, I wish I would have gotten it before open, before I did the podcast yesterday. But that doesn't mean I was buying $150 stock that I knew nothing about. And that's what it kind of, the way I always see it is there's a lot of podcasts, channels, triggers, for the paid services. They typically tell you when to buy and sell, but it's usually they're on a very short time frame. Part of my thing was, I don't want to, if you miss the podcast for a day, I don't want you to be, oh shit, I lost 40%. You can listen to my podcast, buy quality stocks that I give you on some of the scans, and go 2 weeks and still make money, or just, hold on to it forever. What should I name this one? I'm going to say TQQ under 20. Uptrend market. 10, 25, 22, market update. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. I have a bunch in here to post. Publish now. I tell you what, I like that. I like that cover art, man. And let me see. I'm going to send this to Rick. Rick thinks I'm a genius, so. I'll send it to people. Jesse, man, I'll join your Discord. Join your Discord. I won't say that I'll be... I was going to, it's funny because I am a boomer. So Discord to me is kind of like, not sure I'm actually very good at it. Or understand it, I should say. But I will tell you, I was going to start a Facebook group where I will post charts, and it allows you guys to post charts as well. It will be a private one that you have to ask, get permission to join, and I could make, like, you guys who kind of hang around and stuff, could make you guys admins on it. That way we kind of keep people, the bots and the spammers, and, if an Asian woman wants to offer herself to me, might be okay. We might let that one go through. But I typically hate bots. I hate bots. I can't stand them. And anybody that's involved with bots, F you. F you completely. I can't stand you. Can't stand your bots. Can't stand any of it. Here's all your earnings. Cleveland Cliffs. It is funny because when I put these dollar signs in, I think yesterday's tweet just about the podcast had somewhere in the neighborhood of exposure of like 20,000 people or something. Hold on. The dog is crying. You have to come in here? Okay, come on. You want to come under? There you go. I got you. There you go. My one dog is so passive. My little 8-pound dog, Penny, she bullies my 12-pound dog, Daisy. I'm going to have to cut these. Okay, let's see. We're going to X. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We're going to tweet that. And then we're going to Twitter. And we're going to post this again. Raytheon, WhatsApp. I'll put Meta because I don't think I had Meta in there. Neo, Boyle, UCO. I'm gonna take this out. We're gonna take that out. We're gonna take that out. We're gonna take that out. Okay. Tweet. Boom. Are you? Honestly, it's settling in there at 215. I think 217. Here's the thing, Joe. If it shoots to 250, you got profits at 217. Who the F cares? TQQ is flying, by the way. Let me look at Boyle. Did Boyle ever gain its momentum? It's outside the Bollinger Bands here at 37. You know what's crazy? Let me look at who's texting me, by the way. I love that one. know what's interesting? Yeah. Okay, where else do I have to update my linked. Let me see. We're going to share because I need to iPhone. Okay. We've got that one, and we're going to change our settings. Okay. Choose photo from library. We're going to do that one. There we go. We got that one done. I did Twitter. Now I have to do Linktree. Does it import it? Why is my plume? Did I freeze? No, I didn't freeze. Why does it say plume isn't available? Okay, I'm connected, it says. Okay, more. Let's see. Done. Social icons, below links. There we go. How do I update this? Oh. Links, appearance. There we go. Add image. Choose from library. Allow access to all photos. We'll put that one in. Okay. Preview. Done. Done. Now I have to upload this to my Google Photos. Boil. Boom. Good Lord. Yeah, so here's Meta. Look at Boyle, though. God, guys, look at Boyle. Your MedP had to go up to 216. God, Boyle's up 6.3% today alone. And look, it dipped down. It's just going back up to where it was at 38. Ooh, it got some. Look at that. Outside the Bollinger Bands, above the 9. So let me. Where was I going to go? Give me 1 second. Because I've got to upload to my photos. I want to upload this thing to my my photos. Oh, it's uploading. Okay. It's already uploaded. Let's see. There we go. It'll upload now. Automatically back up your photos from your computer. No thanks. Okay. Let me make sure I don't have an ad first. Ended. No. Nobody's reaching out to me to sponsor me anymore. Anchor went dry. Not sure I like how that one I should probably. Okay. Some of my designer friends like the new logo. So here, okay, let's go back to Safari View. Meta. Look at that 1 minute chart. See, Joe, here's why I think that 202 where it opened at is probably a pretty good. You can see it kind of just almost bounces off there. But let's look at Meta. I'm just going to run the algorithm. 134 is where Meta has a buy-in. You've got all of these gaps up here. Here's the problem that you have. He's going to, I think it's earnings, what, tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow after the bell. I think it's after, post-market. He's going to have to explain how they're spending $30 billion on a group called the Metaverse that is currently attracting only 300 people a day. There's certain portions of it, I think, that are, have a few. There was a Wall Street Journal. Here, let's go to YouTube. And there was a Wall Street Journal. Oh, you can watch me live. Wall Street Journal Metaverse Tech. It was a Tech Minute. Let me go to the Wall Street Journal because I know it's, let's see, videos. Britain's new prime minister. Meta's flagship Metaverse is glitchy and almost empty. That is a fantastic video. That right there. If you want to know about, I'll post this and I'll post the link to this. Share in the chat. If you want to know why I hate the metaverse, this video is a good one. It's a great news brief on just how bad the metaverse is. People don't have legs. When you go in there, you get bullied. It's only got 101,000 views, and I don't understand why it's not getting more views. But in fact, I need to subscribe to the Wall Street Journal on this. This is my I need to update this. Rather than you guys watch this, I'm just going to put you back there. Let's go to YouTube Studio. I need to update this logo as well. But that's a great video as to, and I should probably change the daily, your channel. Yeah, let's, let me see. Comments, analytics, playlist, content, settings. I think it's in settings. Channel, where's the logo? Upload defaults, creator demographics, community, hidden users. Oh, okay. Those are all the people that I've blocked out. Advanced setting. Okay, how do I change? View channel, switch account, sign out. Appearance. Device theme. What the fuck? Your channel. Is it going to just take me to my freaking channel? Sorry. Customize channel. There we go. Customize channel. And it's taking me back to studio. So I'm sure I just missed it. There we go. Channel trailer, branding, change. I want to go to desktop and go to that, upload. Change. Okay. Upload. Try adding a file that's 4 megabytes. 4 megabytes or larger. Tools. Adjust size. Yeah, it's 4.6, 5.6 megs. What the hell? I hate YouTube. I hate YouTube. Change. Desktop. 4.8 megabytes. 4 megabytes or smaller. That's what it is. So it's 5.6. Okay. Tools. Adjust size. We're going to do resolution. We'll do 90. 80. No. We'll do 50. Ugh. What the hell? Let's see. 98 by 98 pixels. Tools, adjust size. By 98. Whoa. Okay, let's see. Change. Let's see if this one works. Upload. Oh, God. Okay, that looks horrible. Edit. No, I need to re-download it. Mother effer. Okay. Share. Download. And we're going to do a JPEG. And we're going to do... Oh, nope, I guess I can't do that. Oh, I guess I can't do that. Download. Let's see what happens. Sorry, I'm kind of doing... Okay, there it is. Bum, bum, bum. I'm doing 9 million things at once here. I probably shouldn't have you guys on here, but... change... And we're going to do the... Okay, upload. There we go. Done. There we go. Okay. And we've got that one. Video watermark. Change. And done. I probably should put the Spotify logo down there. You know what? I'm going to try that. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Because I do have the Images. Listen on Spotify. Do I have the green one? Okay, let me see. OBS files. Spotify. PNG. White and green. Black and green. I like this one. Let me see. As icons. I like that one. So we're going to put this one here. Let's see. How does that look? No, don't like it. Trash. Maybe, maybe this one? Do we like this? I like that. I think I like that one. Oh, you guys can't see. Bum, bum, bum. Tell me, you like this one? I added the Spotify. I think it goes well with all the green. Okay, Boyle finished its run. Med P is losing it. Did it hit 217 here? Ah. Joe, did you get out? If you're still listening, Joe, did you get out? Because it did hit 217. But I think I told you 220. I got greedy. It'll get back there, I think. It's on the downside of the 9 and the 21. I think I'm going to download this. Download. We're going to PNG. We're going to download this one. I'm going to get rid of this. Move to trash. Move to trash. And then we've got this. And so on my YouTube, or is it this one? There it is. Change. And desktop, it's this one. 1 megabyte or smaller. Let's see, we're going to have to do share, download, and JPEG. We're going to download the JPEG. That should be small enough. Sweet, Joe. Hey, Joe. High five. Great trade, man. Happy for you. That's phenomenal. Really good job. Change JPEG. Done. And then I want to do this. And I'm going to do the JPEG upload. And I guess that's as big as it'll do. Done. Boom. Now what's crazy is, I guess, rid of that. We're going to put in these two. Well, I'm going to do the share, AirDrop, iPhone. Okay. Let me go into Spotify. Oh, it already updated my picture. Let's see how it looks. You know what's crazy? It updated my photo, but all the old episodes have the old photo. That's crazy. You know, it's funny because on the flyer, the little cover art, I put Gary V, not my full name. I don't hate you, Joe, man. Joe, I wish I was in the green. Let me see. I'll tell you exactly because I'm pretty honest with you guys. But remember, I've got my 40-40-20 portfolio. I still haven't touched the 40%. So, of course, I'm going to be down. I'm up 1% today, which is pretty good. I'm down 24% year to date in my portfolio. So, probably if I hadn't traded, I'd probably be down 35%. Let me see. Year to date, NASDAQ return. Because I was tracking NASDAQ. Why doesn't it put Google? Google Finance. Because you can just do year to date. Yeah. So I'm down 23.89%. But I was tracking that. You know, here's a good one. Let's go to cnbc.com. And I'll show you. We'll go to. Oh, I don't want that. Right here. And we'll go to NASDAQ. NDAQ. No, the .IXIC. Okay. Year to date. Okay. And then we'll compare. SNP.SPX. Compare. It's .DJI. Okay. So, DJI, you're down 13%. SPX, you're down 20%. NASDAQ, you're down 29%. I track the beginning of the year. I tracked more towards the NASDAQ, down 29. Middle of the year, I switched more towards the S&P, and I didn't change out. When I talk about rebalancing, I didn't change out stocks or ETFs or anything like that. I went more towards energy, and I got rid of my ARK and some of my high-flying tech. And so that moved me more away from the NASDAQ and more towards the S&P. I still don't hold a lot of Dow 30. Let me see. What are the Dow 30 stocks? Let me see. Where are we? There we go. So let's look at these stocks and see which ones. I own Apple, a large number of Apple. I don't own Chevron. I want to own Goldman Sachs. I don't. Intel, J&J, I own. Coke, I own. JP Morgan, I own.
Microsoft, I own. Salesforce, I own. And that is it. So that is all of the Dow stocks that I own. So moving towards that one, the Dow, I don't know if I necessarily trust the Dow, but moving towards there is a little bit better in my mind. So, yeah. Now I've got people texting me. How'd you get the cartoon look on your graphic? It is kind of cool. My little secret. Okay. I got messages. I'm going to get you off here because I don't want to. Ally? PC. Let me look at these. So I've got somebody telling me about. So there's MedP. This was last night. This person had sent me this and said, watch this. Wow. Wish I had listened on that one. STRO is another one. Wish I had listened on both of them. ALLY? What's ALLY? Oh, financial. How? Let me see. Year to date. You know, it's got a 5% dividend yield, 4.5. Let's see. Let me go to FinViz and look at this one. Yeah, sometimes Buffett, here's what you have to know about Buffett. He'll get you in these. I think it was 2008 he bought Bank of America. And I want to say he bought it when it was at 10 and it proceeded down to 5. I bought it around 7. He lost some money. It's at what, 35 now? Ally's PE is 4.41. You look at let's just look at the Big Daddy Bank of America. They're at a PE of 11. Bank of America is down 21%. Ally is down 44%. I mean, I don't know financials all that well. Their book value is $36.20. You're trading at below book value, but look at this. I mean, it's just $23 price target, 40 down 28. Oh. Fool wrote an article on it. You know what's funny, Joe? So I'll tell you this. So it was September 2020. And I had a $50,000 auto loan. I financed my Tesla. I know, a lot of people will tell you don't finance the entire car. I financed the entire fucking car, $68,000. I said, fuck it. I got a 1.6% auto loan from Aspire Credit Union. If you guys look it up, I think Jenny was the lady's name or something. She was fantastic. I mean, you email her and she was on top of things. And I bought my Tesla, and it was like a process that the loan company had never gone through before. So I financed the whole thing. And in September of 2020, mortgage rates got below 3% for a 30-year fixed for me. I was not working. And I know everybody wants to get to the point where they're not working Well, when you're not working, you better have enough money that it doesn't matter, because no bank is giving you money at a 30-year mortgage loan. I say that because your mortgage, in order for you to get a good rate on your mortgage, it has to be resellable, because mortgage brokers basically want to give you the money and then sell that loan to so that they can package it up in a nice square package and sell it for a profit. So that's why when you get a mortgage, it's always sold every couple of years and stuff like that. So it was September 2020. I was not working. I found a mortgage broker named John. Fantastic guy. If you guys need a mortgage broker, let me know. He is unbelievable. He has done 3 or 4 mortgages for my friends. But what happened was, he said, hey, I need you to pay off that loan. And I said, dude, it's 1.6%. I said, I ain't getting a loan like that ever again. It's $50,000. And I typically use that money to trade. So you're taking money out of my quote unquote bank account, because then I have less money to trade, because I will not trade on margin. I don't care how much I need it. I've got a lot of money tied up in investments, and it's, again, when I sell, it's a tax event, and I want to avoid tax events. So it's September. He tells me to pay it off. So I pay it off. He says, yeah, it's going to be a couple of months. Just sit back and relax. He goes, I'll take it from here. I said, okay. November, 2 days after the election, he calls me. And he says, I got something that I got to tell you, and it's really bad. I said, what? He said, I can't refi your mortgage. And I said, what? And he told me the story, how right after the election, Mnuchin walked into the Fannie Mae, Freddie offices and basically said, you know what? Those rich folks who don't have W-2 income, where we were giving them loans, yeah, wipe that off. So I can't complain, because again, I'm one of the lucky ones in this country, but I can bitch and complain that the reason they were doing that is to tighten credit markets. They wanted to tighten the credit market because they knew that Biden had won. And if you tighten that credit market and then Biden winds up loosening that credit market, they can point right to those decisions. Well, guess what? Biden didn't loosen the credit market. So it's still in play. I can't get a mortgage without a W-2 income. That's backed by Fannie and Freddie, I should say. So there's your story on auto loans and stuff. But it just brought it up. Ally hasn't been doing well at all. I'm going to go back and I want to look at Boyle. I'm dying to buy Boyle, I think. Oh. See, Zephin? Oh. You got to be patient, though. Got to be patient. Let me see. But, Joe, I wouldn't touch Meta. I'd rather lose the first 10% of that run. If it goes up to 160, I'm fine. Let me buy it at 160 once it proves itself. It's at 130. I'd rather lose that a little bit. Okay, so we still haven't gotten a MACD cross up. So the candle isn't big enough to actually, oh, but you will in the afternoon. Look at that. So what we want to do is buy this. It's got this gap down here at about 33. Which gap is going to be stronger? The 33 that hasn't been filled, or this one up here at 45? That is the question. By the way, let's look at DRV. I think we got out of DRV. I think I mentioned that. I hope I did. Look at this. This fucker still isn't out. You're still not out of DRV. Oh, the moving average is up here. So, stock would fly 100%. Because you know why? He's spending $10 billion a quarter on the fucking metaverse. If he hadn't mentioned that and just moved that to a private kind of, it's an item line. It's kind of like, defense spending in the government. The executive branch has a very hidden budget, which doesn't get published out to anybody, Not even Congress. I think you have to have a top level security to see that even one line of this budget. But it's trillions of dollars. I think it's close to $1 trillion. I think it's a line item, fucking line item. By the way, let's look at some podcast favorites. Goldman Sachs. Look at that. Look at that. See? I said at 300, this was going back to 330. Goldman Sachs, great play on that one. Did I buy it? Fuck no. Simon Property Group, I said under 100, buy it. It's at 104. 91, we got triggered. Great buy. Did I buy it? Fuck no. Qualcomm, I said 111. You got to buy this one. 118. Ugh, fuck no, I didn't buy it. Google, under 100. Get it. Did I buy it? Fuck no, I didn't buy it. TQQQ is still going strong. Oh, I'm on. I was on. I was going over this whole thing. Fuck. Well, I should have been on Safari. So here, watch. Google, fuck no, I didn't buy it. Simon Property Group, fuck no, I didn't buy it. Watch this one. Look at that run. Simon Property Group. You got 10% in that one easily. Qualcomm. Qualcomm hasn't moved as much. It's moving a little bit, but it hasn't moved as much as I would have thought. And it's the chips just, SOXL. I talked about this one being the one that you want to play. I think we had a cross up here. Yeah, at 727, and you're at $9 now. I mean, shit. You've got a great move in this one, and you still got confirmation. See, it's above that. Not the 9 days crossing the 21. You got a gap up here at 10. This is a great one, but do you want to do it? Oh, Baba's down, by the way. I said, hey, Baba might be a chance to actually do it. I just didn't want to pull the trigger. Yeah, Goldman Sachs. You want to see the good one? Goldman Sachs. Look at this move. Boom. Boom. And you should have gotten in at 298 back here. It got you out with a 2% loss right here, but look at that candle. That candle is a 5% move that day. You wouldn't have gotten out. There's fucking no, I wouldn't have told you to get out. I would have told you to stay in. And you still got confirmation. Let's see. I'll look at IBM. As long as you got confirmation, Devin, don't sell at 130. You got this button hook. See, it's just over the 200 day. Yeah, you can see it. So it's just over the red line, the 200 day. And it's kind of getting that little button hook, but it's so far away from that 9 day. Yeah, Stefan, I'd sell it. Cut your losses. Buy Snowflake. Fucking Snowflake. Here's the thing, Zephin. You at your age, you want to take the chances. You don't want IBM. You don't want it at all. I should leave the fucking channel open for you guys to chat all day. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pledge to you guys. We're gonna start a Facebook group. I'm gonna start a Facebook group for the Daily Stock Pick. And then we'll move so you guys can chat back and forth. Everybody have I'm assuming everybody has Facebook. And Joe, you're bringing up Meta. Yeah, 3 fucking billion people on the planet use Facebook every day. That's why I'm like, okay, we probably should invest in that. But the fucker's spending $10 billion per quarter on the metaverse. And 300 people are showing up. Are you going to put a freaking headset on and walk around and look at Daily Stock Picks with Gary with no fucking legs on? No. Sorry. I'm getting fired up. Yeah, I got no legs in the metaverse. I'm going to check me against the S&P. I'm up 1.2. The S&P is up 1.04. NASDAQ's up 1.6. By the way, the VIX is under 30. The VIX under 30? Let's look. This is you VIXy. You guys suck. You guys suck. Sell your fucking IBM, Zephin. Shut your mouth. Look at you, VIXy. SVIXy is a play, but man, you VIXy has no fucking legs whatsoever. You VIXy is the metaverse of stocks. You got no volume in here. 10-day volume's 48 million. 90-day volume 62 million. So everybody's freaking, left you VIXy. It's trading below the Bollinger Bands. Let me see. Can I view the VIX? I think I can view the VIX. Look at the VIX. My buddy Charlie. I need to text my buddy Charlie. My buddy Charlie at MLS. He's in charge of the teams. Love Charlie. But he invested in SoFi, and I said, dude, get out at 7. Get out at 7. But it's up 5% today. Dude, you're on a freaking run on a lot of these fucking stocks. Just looking at my portfolio in I got Abbott Labs is down. Baba is down. Let's look at Baba. Does Baba have any kind of support here whatsoever? Fucking Baba. You gotta bounce. Shit, it's trading above the Bollinger Bands here. Let's see MedP. Let's drive Joe nuts when it's at 240, 217. So it got back up there. Joe, I think he did good getting out at 217. I think he could run to 220 and probably it's going to continue to run. Fuck, take the profits, man. It's like me selling out at Tesla right before earnings. I think it's 750. I said, yeah, it's at 750. You don't want to hold that. Fucker runs to 1,000. Oh, and look, see, Baba's the wrong Chinese play. I said Pinduoduo was the bigger one. No, I think I said on the podcast, Baba actually has more ability to run. So here's what it is, Jesse. I'll tell you. Let me tell you the date that I bought into Baba because you can see how bad I've actually managed this investment. So Baba, I bought on May 20th, 2020. So I'm going to move back here, and we're going to go to Baba. And this shows you guys when, I don't care who you are. Sometimes you just don't manage your investments well. And it happens to absolutely everybody. So we're going to go to a weekly. So May of 2020. I'm right here. Okay. For the next year, I'm enjoying. What was my purchase price? $213. So it was right around here, $213. Okay. I enjoy all the way up to $320. I'm thinking it's good. Gapped up. Yeah, that gap has to be filled at some point. Continues to slide down. You get this little bull rally here in January 2021. Continues to slide down. Get this little bull rally right here. Then you just lose it. You just lose it. And so, again, you have this rally when China starts to reopen back up to 100. I got to get all the way up here. And if we pull this volume shelf back to where, let's see, April, we're going to pull it back there. So I'm in this shelf. right here. So I'm not the only one who's still holding it. I'm one of the few, but I'm in that big volume shelf. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. But I've got a lot of volume shelf and no support, and we got to get back up to the 200-day. There's a lot of things that need to go right for me to get back there. And Chinese government just probably won't let it happen. I've used it too, but it's still by far the greatest, the biggest Chinese tech company out there. They've got their hand. It's kind of like Amazon. It's the Amazon of China. So think about Amazon Web Services in China. That's what Baba is. Think about PayPal in China. That's what Baba is. They have their hands in everything. So that's why I like it. But okay, fellas, I will start the Facebook group a year from now, just to prove Zephin right. Yeah, I may start it today. I'm gonna go for a run. It's nice outside, and I think I've got something to do today. I gotta clean my house. My housekeeper, by the way, say a prayer for my housekeeper. She is having surgery today for her back. Let me look at Snowflake for you. My pivot point for Snowflake, Zephin, is 180. I own at 183. Is my average. Let me just make sure I'm telling you the right price. And I've just bought, it's in a retirement account, and I just bought and held. I purchased on March 2nd of 2022, 185 a share. But I think my pivot point is 180. Do you care about $1.23? Probably not. But my guess is if this market does turn negative and there's not a whole hell of a lot of positive in this market, Zephin, is that you could use this 200-day. You can see it's using the 200-day going all the way back to August as its support level. It's, kind of moved down there since it got that gap and it went down. It's been using this 200-day just as support, not resistance. It's using, it's not really doing any resistance per se, but I would expect this gap up here at 250 to be filled probably next year. So I think you can essentially buy. I would put in an order. Let's go to Active Trader Pro to see if we have any support level here at 181. I think it's been running, yeah. Put in an order at 180. You see your VWAPs at 180? Just put in an order at 180. You might hit it. It's not out of the question if we have a little pullback. But again, I want you to hold this one for as long as you were going to hold IBM, because I think your capital dollars in Snowflake are going to be better off here. I could be wrong, could be completely wrong, because remember, this company's not making money. So over the next 5 years, maybe I'm wrong. IBM may have, held up. You would have gotten a dividend. Snowflake would have lost. But it's all a guess. At your age, you can take those types of risks and not worry about it. Cleveland Cliffs is down under 14 again. Hype claim Ford. They report tomorrow. God, look at Ford. It's up 3%. Look at that run. Let's go back to here. Yeah, Zephin, see, this is the way you kind of build your portfolio and trade and rebalance. When you sell the IBM, you want to identify before you sell it where you're going to go into. And so when I do those types of things, that's typically what I'm doing, because for the last 25 years since I've been trading, it hasn't made sense to be in cash. A couple of those years made sense to be in cash. I wasn't in cash. I was invested. I was just enduring the long game. See, Ford had a buy-in here at 11.96. You'd be up $1. Not quite 10%, but you got tons of gaps up here. They're reporting tomorrow. I think it's before the bell. Post-market tomorrow after the bell. So Did you sell it after you got it at 11.19? Or are you just holding it? Because I got to tell you, Devin, that's going probably down below 11. And the only reason I say that is look at the long game on this one. If we go way back pre-pandemic, we're going to go weekly. Pre-pandemic, this was a $7 stock. Why do we think that this is post-pandemic a $14 or $15 stock? Has inflation driven the cost of iron ore? I think it's iron ore. Let me see. What do they do? I know they're materials. Flat rolled steel producer in North America. They're the only steel producer here in North America, by the way. So as China and the U.S., that's probably not bad. You can clearly see it's using that 200-day as a support level. If we close the week below 1376, right now it's at 1396. If we close the week below 1376, I'd probably take that profit because you'll probably be able to buy it a little bit lower. Let's see. These are the highs. Let's pull back to see where people are holding it since the pandemic. See how there's no support down here? $6.39. That's been the danger for me with Cleveland Cliffs. Let's see. MKL. What is MKL? Is this a ETF like Berkshire? Financial. Probably a capital fund. It just got a downgrade last year. Nobody covers this one. October 17th. It's a fool. Yeah, there's the article. You must have read this one. I've had the opportunity to invest in private businesses. I just never have. And the reason I haven't is because it goes back to I'm lazy. Investing in private businesses is actually work. When you're an angel investor, it's work. In fact, I listened to a podcast yesterday, My First Millions. And Sam was going over, he sold his business called The Hustle. And it was purchased by HubSpot. And so when he sold the business, he said, okay, what am I going to do next? And he did some angel investing. He did some private business. And he said, I hated it all. And he said, it's more work than you even know what it could be. And he said he just didn't enjoy it. And that's kind of where I'm at. I enjoy stocks. I like stocks. And if you invest in private businesses, typically ties up your capital. Investing in stocks, you're not tied up in capital. Like, my brother needs a couple $100,000. I could sell stock. I mean, I'll have a tax hit, but I could always sell stock. You're always liquid. That's why I don't do real estate. It's just you have to find what you're comfortable with. And that's it. Okay, fellas. I am out of here. I'm going to run. I will try and open up I think I did all this. Let me just see. Your channel. Oh, wait. Stay on page. Do I have to save this? Oh, publish. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Okay, your channel. Visit your channel on YouTube. Okay, I got that top banner, which I probably have to update. I have to do more videos too. I have to do short form videos and stuff. because I need more than just the freaking daily stock pick live thing up there. Joe, congratulations. Congratulations, Joe. That was a great trade today. So happy for you. Okay, I got my logo up there. I got the Spotify thing. I may have to do a banner on Canva. Okay, I'm stopping it because I babble too much. See you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Good luck on Snowflake. If I buy Boyle, I will put it out on Twitter. I will put it out on. I won't change the name of the podcast. I think the name fits pretty well. I'll change the logo and shit like that, but I won't change the name. Changing the name, from what I heard, is it fucks with the search and stuff. But I won't change the name.